Hello, eighth graders. Let's get started. Today, we are going to be talking about India, and that's what we're going to be covering this week. So let's jump right in. Where is India? Well, India is part of the continent of Asia, but it is considered a subcontinent in that it's so big, it's kind of its own continent. Uh, it's part of Asia. It has a long coastline, and it's surrounded by the Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal, and up north, the Himalaya mountains, right? Uh, so nearby countries would be Pakistan, China, Nepal, and Bangladesh, and we'll take a closer look at some of this here. Now, so what is India like? India is the seventh largest country in the world for size, but population-wise, I believe they are number two. They've got 1.18 billion people living there. The capital is New Delhi. Its currency is rupees and paisa. And it is the world's largest democracy by number of people. It is bigger than the United States by a wide margin, right? The U.S. has, I think, some 370 million people. India has nearly three times as many, with 1.18 billion with a B people. Um, it's been divided into lots of different states, which are ruled over by different groups of people, although there is a central government. So they are the biggest democracy in the world. Uh, India is a very diverse country. Some people are very rich, but others are very, very poor. And you can see here sort of the contrast on the bottom right. You can see a big palace where some very, very wealthy people live. And if you look in the bottom left, you can see one of the slums, I believe, around uh, the city of New Delhi. Um, and so there are some places that are really lovely to live, and there are some places that are very, very difficult and very, very hard to live in India. And there are extremely rich people and extremely poor people there as well. So, what's the countryside like? Although a lot of people live in towns and cities, farming is still very important. And the people that live in the country are often poorer than the people who live in towns and cities because farming does not pay very well in India. Uh, and let's talk about India's diversity, right? Now, India is made up of lots of different groups of people, and we can see that just by looking at their flag. Um, each color on the flag has two different meanings, right? So first, the orangish color here on the top is saffron. It represents the Hindu population, and it also stands for courage and sacrifice. You can kind of see that there. Um, the blue of the symbol in the middle symbolizes both the sky and the ocean, both very important to India. India, of course, being nearly entirely surrounded on three sides by the ocean, plays a very big role, particularly in conjunction with the sky and their weather patterns, which we'll talk about next week. The green on the bottom represents the Muslim population, but it also stands for faith and fertility. And then the unifying piece in the middle is white, right? White represents unity and peace. And the idea that Muslims represented by green and Hindus represented by the saffron or the orange there at the top, that they can live peacefully and coexist in harmony. So, other symbols of India. The tiger is a national animal of India. It's respected for its strength, its grace. A peacock is the national bird of India. It symbolizes grace as well, pride and beauty. It often appears in stories and myths of India. The national flower, if you look on the left here, you can see the lotus. And it represents long life, honor, and good fortune. It's also associated with the Hindu religion, which is the major religion of India. The mango is the national fruit of India. There are over 100 different varieties that grow there, so a lot going on here. And then the Ganges River, or the River Ganges. The River Ganges flows through India. It's very important to Indian culture, belief, and everyday life. Uh, the Ganges is important also to Hindus. Many people who practice Hinduism believe that the Ganges is a sacred river, and they'll have a vial of water from the Ganges in their home. The river is also extremely important for daily life, as many people bathe and wash their clothes in the water, and it's thought to have some pretty strong healing properties as well. So, just a quick recap, quick quiz here at the end. Roughly how many people live in India? And we'll talk about that. Uh, what does the white on the Indian flag represent? What are the two main religions in India? What is the national animal of India? And what is the name of that special river that flows through India, and why is it important? And we'll bring all those up in the quiz. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to shoot me an email. You can also come talk to me at 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock at my Google Meet, Monday through Friday. I hope to see you there if you have any questions or if you're just looking to chat. See you around, 8th graders. Take care of yourselves.